What's up, Authentic fam? Welcome back to Authentic Alphas. So, everybody knows that the Passport Bros is picking up hella traction right now, and everybody and their mama want to go to another country, whether they're looking for love or they're looking for some butt. But it's also a well-known fact that when you bring foreign women to America, don't be surprised if they become Americanized. So, what we're going to talk about today, is it true that women lose all their traditional values once they're in the country? And I have two lovely ladies with me to have this discussion, and we're going to pick their brain to see what they think about it. One of them is born here, one of them isn't. Should be interesting. Let's go ahead and talk to the ladies. Good evening.
Hi.
Let's get your name, your age, and where you're from.
I'll start then. My name is Angela. I'm 28. I am Vietnamese and I'm from Tampa.
Hi, my name is Kathy Energy. I'm over 30. I'm from Vietnam.
Okay. All right, so you heard that, guys. They're both Vietnamese, but we have a little bit of a contrast going on here. We got one of them that was born and raised. We got another one that is, what do you call it, a transplant?
FOB. Fresh off a boat.
Green card.
But
Yeah.
you're coming by way of UK anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I guess my first opening question.
You didn't get the
should be,
joke.
I guess we'll get straight to it. Do you think that there's a major difference between the traditional values in a woman that grew up here or a woman that grew up in Vietnam?
Definitely. Do you think there's the difference between me and
You
you?
want me to go into details with it? I believe there's a major difference. Anyone that comes here is going to adapt, and if not, they're going to be miserable staying at home playing housewife when you're watching everyone that lives here is shopping and going on Facebook and posting butt pics. So it's going to be a major difference.
I'm glad that she got deep into it right away. So,
But I don't think if someone has a traditional value, they come here. They don't exactly have to be staying at home and just be a housewife. They can still go and have a job and still come home, be a wife.
They're not going to do that.
I have so much to say.
I disagree.
I want you guys to go in a little bit deeper, but
Are we supposed to debate back and forth?
no. I mean, right now we're just kind of just setting the stage. I mean, I already kind of agree with both of you, but then I also kind of disagree with both of you. But then I think it has a lot to do with the guy that's trying to be in a relationship with said woman. But go ahead.
Well, I disagree. I don't think that most women want to do both. They'll start off with it, but if you're looking for long-term or longevity, she's not going to go be traditional for her man and be submissive and then go to work and watch Samantha, Lululemon, all of them flex out on Friday, Saturday night. So I don't see them being able to balance and compartmentalizing the two.
Do you not think it's because it depends on someone's age though? If the woman's done, flexing, going out, she just want to settle down, literally a family. She's not gonna want to go out every single Friday. And if it's very hard in America right now to have just one income in the household, so they're probably gonna have to come here and start working. Because most men, passport bro or whatever, they come over to our country and they pretend they have money, but realistically, when you bring the woman back home, they just the average Joe, right? So maybe they need the second income, then the wife's gonna have to go to work. But most of the traditional wives, if they're traditional, they're gonna still wanna cook for their man, have a family, cook for their children.
Okay, let me jump in here because I think we're way off track. I think we just got super blurry. We just blurred what type of female we're talking about, and we just blurred what type of guy we're talking about. So I don't know who to start with. I guess we'll start with the female because you mentioned the female first. I need to make a clear separation between a woman that was born in the States and a woman that was born in her native land, and I guess for now that could be Vietnam since you both are familiar with the culture. Those are two completely different things. So if she was born and raised here, I mean, American shit is all she's gonna know once she's old enough to like go outside and play with her friends or whatever, right? So in the house, yes, the parents can maybe teach her the values and traditions or whatever, but she's still growing up with American kids, she's still going to American schools and whatnot, and so on and so forth. So I think, Kathy, you're talking more from your perspective, someone that came from another country and then has to kind of decide how much of her temperature she's going to change.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to make sure we're separating that. Now, when we talk about the guys, you just kind of blurred a bunch of different guys, because guys that are just going over there and are the quote-unquote average Joe, Those are the guys that are going over there for some butt. Okay? The guys that are going there looking for a wife, they're not an average Joe. They can afford to bring her back over here, provide for her. She wouldn't have to work. So we gotta, we gotta separate the who we're talking about. Okay?
I agree.
So we'll try it again. What do you think, from your perspective, being born and raised here? I'm getting the feeling that you're saying, compared to what your parents would describe, or what you maybe see your cousins that still live in Vietnam are dealing with, compared to what you're dealing with, you would choose the American life, basically.
Based on what I know, I would choose this American life, just because I think that women, it's one extreme or the other. I don't believe in one extreme. I think there's a happy balance, and not many people can find the happy balance. A woman that is at home and traditional, that's cool. So certain, but when you're living here, if that's all you know, and your man comes home and he can provide everything, he wants to have some sort of a decent conversation. I'm not saying it to be book smart. So for me, it's like, if she's not being challenged, she's gonna be brain dead after about 5 or 10 years of doing that. And it's gonna be annoying, and she's gonna be bored, and I believe that women get bored very easily.
Okay, I want to jump all over that, but go ahead.
No, jump on that. I want to
Yeah. Well,
challenge that a little later.
I still think there's even some variation in that.
Yeah.
Because I've dated enough to kind of compare the different scenarios. So there are women that were like born, raised here, all their friends here, never go to the country. Like I've met girls, it's like Italian, it's like I've been to Italy more than them. It's like, what's going on here, right?
Exactly.
So that's different, because if you're going back and forth every summer or several times a year or whatever, you have your cousins and whatnot, your family there. You might have stayed long periods of time. So maybe more of the culture would be in that person than someone that didn't even grow up with anybody really from home, just their parents. So that's why I said that's, like I had to get on that. And then also how you were saying that the guy kind of wants someone he can talk to. I do feel like a lot of these dudes that like go to these countries, I'm trying to be nice here, but I feel like a lot of Western dudes go to Asian countries because the women here consider them weak as fuck. So they go there to get a super passive woman that's like easy to control because she puts up like no resistance. And then when they bring them over here, those women tend to be like super boring and mundane because they don't really have that much range
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
And in my experiences that I've met, the couple that the man's brought the woman back, and the woman actually wear the trousers. So
Wait, that she
they're
was?
not that submissive. If like what you guys think, they don't really just come home and shut up. They still go to work and contribute and like.
So why did he go back to get a chick from the other side of the world, and why not get somebody in the West?
No, because I believe that those men didn't have the option that they could have in their country, because they couldn't.
I agree. Why do we just lose this to it?
Kathy's foot.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. Don't worry, it should come back on its own. Okay, perfect. All right, Kathy has some big Asian calves, right?
Well, I go to the gym, guys.
Beautiful. No, but I definitely understand what Kathy's saying. That yes, there are some women that they have done a lot of traveling themselves. And to answer your question, why not just get somebody from the West? I would rather someone that's coming from Kathy's experience, where she's has her culture, but she's also done a lot of traveling and had her experiences. You see what I'm saying? I would find that more interesting than a Western.
No, what kind of woman are we talking about here? The one who's never left the country, got picked on the mail order bride, or the one like me who's actually have lived for a while in a Western countries, or the one that's actually born
But it would
here?
take a guy that has like a wide range of like experience or just common sense to deal with someone like Kathy, because you can't deal with someone who hasn't left the U.S. and be like, oh, I've been here. He's not gonna get along with her. He's gonna be like, oh, you know too much. So even though she isn't from the West, it's still something that he's gonna be challenged. There's a reason why he picked the passport and went across the other side of the world to get a girl, because he wants someone to control. If Kathy's been around the world,
not always, but I think there's a large portion of guys that's the situation, and they're giving us, I think, all that label. Right? Just like you have some guys that make some different decisions about the dating market, and I'm like, oh, you're an incel. It's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, well, generalizing. I would say generalizing moderately. Like I would say for the mass, but there are people who have like an actual purpose into why they're doing it. But I don't think those people would be grouped in with the generalized. But for the most part, I think personally, if you can't get a bitch in the West to shut up, there's a chance of a girl from my country coming here, adapting to somebody else. She's an opportunist. Most of the women in my family have come here and they've adapted, they work, they do nails. And eventually they picked up how most everyone else is. And eventually they become more just as combative from what I've seen.
Exactly. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, okay, now Andrea, I'm gonna get on that ass. Now, would you consider yourself in that category? Like, would you be more like the girl that was in that video in the beginning, that clip that we played, where she's like, I'm Korean on the outside, but I'm white and red on the inside?
I think that's too extreme.
Too extreme, yeah.
I think that I pick and choose what it's necessary. Like I know when to, like if I'm in a relationship intimately, yes, I'm very within my culture. Now dealing with the public, that's a different story because that's not necessary. Like with the public, I don't have to be that way. So I think it depends on when and where and for what and for who.
But see, now I feel like you're confusing me a little bit. Because earlier you were saying like, she's not gonna want to conform. She's not gonna want to like.
Well, this is for me, not her. Well, I'm born here, so for me it's different. Like if we're talking about like a foreign white, that's what I was
talking about. A girl like you,
Okay.
born here,
Okay.
raised here, but first generation.
Okay.
'Cause first generation is completely different than second and third. I'm barely first generation.
Okay.
I actually started in Jamaica, but like all my memories are here for the most part, right? So I'm like barely first generation, right? But by the time it's like I look at my nieces and my nephews, there's no Jamaican in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a difference there. But like I said, you are kind of like confusing me.
So maybe clarify the question then. Maybe I don't understand
Right,
the
because you
question.
were saying earlier, like if a chick is born and raised here, she's gonna want to go to work. She's gonna want to
Yes.
basically be American.
Yes.
But
So
you just said in relationships that you can kind of revert back into the qualities of
yeah,
the culture.
I'm gonna be really honest. I would much rather that, knowing what I know now, knowing what I know now more than ever. I'm 28. Younger me would have been different. I think like for women, they all think they want something different, but they get to like I would say 28, 29, 30. We kind of all gravitate towards the same thing. If you give them the option to, they would take it. So whether they take it or not, whether they're in that position, I would say most women would take it. The only reason why they wouldn't take it is if they've already gone through that experience and it was bad, and now they're just completely deflecting and just, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm good.
So are you saying you changed because you've got older, you got the experience, not because you were Asian?
Hey, I'm asking you questions here, right?
Sorry.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
Wait, do I answer that question?
Of course.
From my experience, just because of my experience, because being in a work environment, I would say it is slightly a man's environment, whether it is a woman dominated, whatever it is. The structure is there's structure to it. Most of the time with women, it's chaos. It's dramatic, it's emotional. So with men, even in a salon, it's structured. So I would personally say, once you enter that, you realize that nowhere near this is anything feminine about it. And you end up understanding why men are the way they are, the way they operate, the way they think. And it is frustrating and it's boring. And I personally don't like it. If you gave me the option to, I'm cracking up soon. You know, I'm 30 soon. I don't want to do this shit forever. So if you're going to make a decision, it's going to change 3 years to 5 years. Why not do it now? Why waste more time?
Right, so you cool with being a housewife?
Absolutely.
And I'm not, don't get me
There's
wrong.
nothing wrong with it.
Don't
There's
get me
nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying like the housewife that can't lead, the
Yeah.
housewife that's bored. That's not the housewife I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand this thing on the internet where everyone's saying the housewife can't lead, the housewife can't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
what I'm
It's
saying.
not. It's not the case.
It's an extreme.
Most housewife. I mean, every woman in America has right.
Well, here's the thing.
Like nobody's oppressed in America. So who's saying that they can't lead? They can't go to the job. They can't go to the gym.
People's idea of traditional women, a traditional housewife, is in a completely different time frame.
Yeah.
In a time frame there wasn't anything really to do
Yeah.
besides raise your kids and maybe have some play dates or whatever. Just like there was nothing for the men to do, but go to work and wait for something to break so they could fix it. So, people have to.
The housewives these days go to yoga,
That's what I'm trying to
going
say. Go
to
like
yoga, massages.
I mean,
like,
really, the only ones that are complaining about and saying that being a housewife sucks are the one who failed at it. So that's really the only. I don't see anyone
Well, I
else
think
saying
they're the
that.
ones that nobody made them a housewife to
Yeah,
begin with.
Exactly,
that
yeah.
too. Those are the two that are really
Yeah,
complaining about it.
I think it's more of that. All right, so Kat, let's get an understanding of you now. In the relationship, are you? Well, give me a percent. Let's start with the percentage of it, right? Because you're traveled, you're westernized, okay? In a relationship, what percentage of you is traditional Vietnamese expectation?
well, 100% traditional. Like I would.
In the relationship, you're like 100% how a
100%.
Vietnamese woman would be, with the addition of you being a little bit more experienced in the world.
Yeah, even if I travel the world, I've lived in the West most of my life, I would still make sure if I have a partner, he's fed, he has his clothes his laundry done, he's fed like 3 times a day, or whenever he's hungry, I'll make sure that every needs in the house is met. So yeah.
Okay, and the submission thing.
Submission.
I'm about to get into
I don't.
submission.
Define submission is just being under a mission.
Okay.
So if I'm with a man that I chose to be with, I trust he's gonna have a good direction for us to go to. So I'm letting him know that he's gonna lead us to like success and greatness.
So basically, that comes along with your choice for being with the man. I 100% agree with that. I'm tired of trying to explain that to you. Like, you don't decide the roles in the relationship. You decide who you're in the relationship with. They can choose when they want to follow, when they want to submit, when they want to cooperate.
I can void my inputs and stuff, but most of the time I wouldn't want to be by myself and making the decision, because it's actually quite hard.
I mean, I think that kind of brings me a little bit back to what Angela was saying about a lot of times when it's a female-run business, it's chaos. And I agree and well, it's not that I disagree, it's that I understand the difference between generality and exceptions. So I grew up around salons and barbershops because that's what my family owned. And my aunt ran my stepfather's
Jeez.
salon, but she ran it very efficiently.
Rare.
So yeah, she was a woman, but that shit was ran very efficiently. And the only men that worked there were homosexual men, and who was doing the nails. Because we actually had Koreans in there doing nails. It was like a gay dude, and then there was some females, and he was like the manager over there. So yes, I would agree. Majority of the time, businesses ran by women tend to be chaotic, right?
I mean, I actually ran nail salon in the UK,
Right.
and it wasn't like it could have been a much greater. Like I just let a lot of my male worker walk all over me because I was too nice. So if I had a man there, I would let him deal with the authority, because the conflict basically. Yeah, I just make sure everyone. My thing is I just want everyone to have a good working environment. So I assume that everyone work like me, where if the working environment is good, they will work harder. But a lot of people take advantage from people being nice.
Absolutely.
So if I think if there was a man that's in charge, they wouldn't act like the way they act.
Well, see, that also becomes an issue in a lot of relationships. Because in a lot of relationships, you have women that are in their feminine, right? And they're very soft, very subtle, very passive, and they end up with the wrong guy, and he's taking advantage of that. So we see this a lot. We see guys that are handling their business, they're working hard, they're providers, they're all this type of stuff, and then they get the wrong type of chick that's ungrateful, manipulative, materialistic, and they take advantage of the situation, but they actually have a good man. And then we have the flip of that, and you have a woman that is feminine, she is submissive, she is cooperative, but she has an asshole for a dude who's abusive and aggressive, and is taking advantage of it, and he's not even, playing his role. So we have a lot of these issues, a lot of these mixed matches going on. But I'm going to say some things now. You hopefully won't get offended. Hope you guys won't get offended, right? Just speaking.
I'm already feel offended.
Well, sorry if you feel that way. I tried to shade today. But I've always felt like a lot of the dudes that's prioritizing or might only date Asian women, a lot of the time, it's by default. And in my opinion, the understanding of Asian women is that they are like the most submissive women, right? So I'm.
Do you believe that? Do you think like that as well?
Well, here's the thing. I like to think I'm a very practical person, and I don't believe things or hold certain opinions if I haven't really run it through some rigorous analyzing, right? And if I try to compare them to other cultures, I can't think of a culture, because I don't want to say race, but I can't think of a culture where the women are more submissive or passive or whatever you want to call it, quiet or whatever, than Asian women. Who would that be? What white women from what part of the world?
No, when I went to China, they're quite loud there.
Wait, you say
But
that
things are changing. I'm talking about up until this point. Let's not act like the internet isn't a thing now.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are getting boasty, no matter where they are in the world. They think they're shit now because of the Western influence. But up until this point, Asian women have been known to be the most quietest, subtlest, known. Okay, let me put it to you like this.
I understand what
Hold on,
you're
I'll
saying.
put it to you like this. A lot of guys can relate to this comment I'm about to make. If you've ever heard of a woman that asks permission to speak, it would be an Asian woman, right? What other race of women is asking their man permission to speak, or only speak when spoken to?
I mean, I agree. So I think that it stems from women, Asian women having to get a like arranged marriage at a young age. So within the culture, like you already don't have a say so. So you kind of spend your entire life based off the idea like my parents are marrying me off at a young age. I really don't know this old man, but this is visa or this is a bag of gold, bag of rice. And I think that with that, I mean, I see it sounds like it's really old school, but like your mother, your grandma, your aunts, they shun you, they guilt you for not carrying on that traditional like value, whether you're born here or not. So regardless if you're getting sold for a bag of rice or just for the fact that, hey, you're bringing value to the family, you don't have a voice when you're Asian. So I think that it goes from there and it brings over to adulthood, personally.
All right, so they did or didn't offend you guys?
I don't get offended, so.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that's like the word on the street.
I don't think being calling someone a woman submissive is offending.
Well, I'm
So-
saying, okay, let me put it like this. Let me try to be more offensive. Okay.
Shoot.
When we think of women from different cultures and different races, Asian women would be the weakest.
Yeah, we knew that already.
You see what I mean?
Well, look at how they're built. Be realistic here, most Asian women are very skinny, very thin.
Yeah.
Even the men. Our culture, it's very like vegetables, it's vermicelli, it's barely any like nutritions. Like they're very frail. So I mean, it goes along with, yeah, very soy. Like your personality kind of goes with how you physically look. For the most part, you can judge people how they look, you know. And it's like how they physically look isn't a priority. It's more like financially, are we okay? So once you put everything that the West cares about compared to what we have to care about, like my culture, my family, they don't care about materialistic stuff or being physically like, you know, attractive. They care about, can we support this lifestyle? Can we buy this? We don't have this. They feel actually oppressed. So it's not really a priority to be combative when you feel oppressed.
Well, I think there's a lot of things you mentioned that I could find in most cultures. Most cultures were giving their daughters away to marry.
Yes,
Most cultures, the women.
but ours is just like, we're on the map in that sense where I feel like China's huge.
You got the trophy on that.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
know,
trying to say.
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but I think like everyone kind of knows this.
We are kind of built the smallest though, innit, compared to all other
But don't get me
races.
wrong, because Asian men are kind of known to be passive and soft also, unless they know like karate or something. They're known to be very, okay, let me not go too far down that way, because I got a lot of Asian viewers and subscribers. I don't want to offend anybody, because I don't have these personal opinions. I'm just saying the word on the street, right? And if I can say anything else from a personal perspective, when I think back all the times that I've either dealt with Asian girls, or I've been attracted to Asian women, it's always been when they were very American. In Vietnam, what is the average age of marriage?
24, I think.
You said 34?
24.
Oh, okay. I was about to call you a lie. Why you a lie? All right, so now you know I gotta ask you. You have passed 24. Why are you not
Yeah, I'm
married?
leftover.
Hmm?
I'm a leftover.
Oh, you said it. You said it, not me. That's what they call them. They call them leftover women, like that.
Yeah.
That's in all the Asian countries, or?
I think mostly in Vietnam and China.
Yeah, because I know in China, but China doesn't conquer your country. They doesn't put you in a chokehold.
Well, not anymore, but just
Oh.
saying that.
Maybe not on paper, but they definitely got you. Don't worry, England got Jamaica too, so we're not exempt. All right, so what's your excuse? Why are you not married? Come on, let's hear it. Why are you a leftover gal? Huh? Nobody wants you. I beg to differ. I bet the chat is full of dudes that would like to eat your soy sauce. So what do you have to say for yourself? What does your pa say? What does your papa say?
Well, my parents are on my case all the time about why you're not married, why you're not having kids, what is wrong with you. Nobody's gonna want you anymore. You're gonna keep leaving it longer. Your eggs is gonna run out. The world is coming. Everything. Yeah.
Okay. Everything you just mentioned, I heard from my grandmother, because my grandmother was Chinese, and she used to get on the case of any unmarried Asian women. So
I'm still waiting on the why.
you still haven't given me an explanation why that. Why aren't you married? Don't deflect, because you can't tell me the guys don't want you, because we know there's plenty of guys out there.
I think I choose the wrong man, because I would go into the relationship of having the intention of wanting to get married, but then they'll give me the wrong signals, and then I read it.
Wrong signals, or are you just interpreting what you want rather than what's actually there?
And also, I think I let the feminism of the UK got to me a little bit.
I think you're making more excuses. It sounds to me like you were giving away milks and nobody was buying cows. Is that what it was? You was giving out chocolate milk?
Away milk.
Huh?
I wasn't giving away a lot of milk. A little bit of milk.
Yeah, I'm just saying. We don't buy cows if to giving out milk. We don't buy cows.
Maybe the milk. A little bit of milk, yeah.
A little bit of milk. All right, go ahead and tell me how it's feminism's fault. Go ahead, I want to hear this.
It wasn't the feminism's fault. I just didn't. I thought I could have more time when I was younger. I didn't want to listen to my parents.
So you were delusional?
A little bit, yeah.
You were rebellious?
I wasn't rebellious in the sense of like I go against everything my parents say, but they sent me away too young to the UK, so I thought my way was better. I would let them think that I would listen to them, and then when I go back to the UK, I was living my life, so I didn't.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. They didn't send you there to go live your life and have fun and party.
I didn't have fun.
They didn't send you to go party. They sent you to get a husband, to get married.
No, they sent me to the UK to get an education.
Okay.
Hold
on. You do realize that's code for find a successful husband.
Yeah.
College for women, when their parents encourage them to go to college, especially when the father is present, okay? What he means is vet a motherfucker that's gonna be earning good money that can provide for you, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be my problem anymore. Go find another man.
No,
Okay.
My excuse is I ended up starting my own business, so I was working very hard.
That's the feminism part.
Yeah.
And you didn't think that you could like prioritize the relationship, and you could always work on the business gradually, and you could do that after getting married. Or you thought a husband was going to prevent you from doing your thing.
I never thought that, but I never had time to go out and like meet people. Like
You had time to party.
once a week.
I hear a lot of excuse making. I'm gonna give you some time to get your shit together. Angela. Okay, so you were raised in the States. Now, what that sounds to me like is undateable. Because if dudes are leaving to go find women raised abroad,
Okay.
and we're talking about Asian women right now. We're talking about guys leaving and trying to find Asian wives, right? Or buy it in Thailand. A lot of these dudes out here acting like they got a new girlfriend. Nigga, you paying. So doesn't that make you, by definition, undateable?
I mean, if I wasn't in a relationship, yeah.
Well, it could just mean your boyfriend is soft. I don't know. It could mean that he's
I mean,
I
think if he matched what you guys would say as like labels, sure. If he looked like a soft guy or a soy guy, sure. And also, I think that if I had to date out of the race, that would basically meant that I was undateable. So I had to search somebody who was vanilla to kind of match for the fact that
Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so your boyfriend is Vietnamese. Interesting, but he was raised here also. Maybe he got a little bit of white bread inside too.
I mean,
If he was raised like a white boy.
I mean, I think that we all should adapt a little bit of everything. I think too much of anything is an extreme.
Right, but you said that you still dating within the race means that you are dateable because you didn't get left over and you didn't have to go outside to get, say, a white boy. But if he was raised like a white boy, then technically speaking,
Well,
y'all both have that experience.
Yeah, we both have the same experience. I can't speak for someone that's from my purely from my country. I wouldn't know, to be really honest.
All right, so let's try this. Is he keeping traditions to some extent? What percentage? I gotta try to make it easy for us all to digest. What percentage of Vietnamese is he mentally?
80%.
I find that hard to believe.
I mean, what do you mean? Like,
He spent all his time here like you, and still somehow both of you are very Vietnamese.
Okay, what is very Vietnamese? Can someone define what very Vietnamese
I'm
is?
talking about the same values, the same ideology, the same thought process, the same goals, the same ambitions, viewing relationships and marriage the same way. Technically speaking, if you guys were both 80% Vietnamese, you'd already be married with little Vietnamese kids running around.
Yeah, we get married next year.
And you wouldn't be allowed to work.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said earlier I don't want to work anymore.
Okay, so the lie detector
Wait a
the lie detector detected that 80% is a lie.
Wait a minute.
So-
Why is she not allowed to work? Maybe she doesn't want to work.
No, what I'm saying is if they both were as traditional as she claims,
Well, I mean, I think maybe I'm rephrasing it. Cultured, then I guess I'm more cultured with like being Asian. When I was younger, I was not. I thought it was cool being everything besides Asian. For me and him, we both, as we get older, we enjoy the food, we enjoy the culture, we enjoy
is
the
your
tradition.
cooking distinguishable from a Vietnamese woman born and raised in Vietnam?
Who's judging it?
Yes or no?
Who's judging it?
See, if you have to say that, the answer is
Can
no.
I circle back, please? Why are you saying that the women from Vietnam are not allowed to work? Like,
No, I'm
who's
saying-
stopping them from working.
Is there no one stopping them? Wait,
He
sorry.
just said that. He said the woman's not allowed to work.
Well, traditionally they
what
don't.
I meant was, if they were traditional, as she claims, she would be walking around the house barefoot and pregnant with her third at the age that she is.
See, but that's too traditional. Like we live in the U.S. I got citizenship. I don't know how to do all that. That's
Okay, well, don't say 80% then. That's
So what
all.
is it? Maybe I'm
Don't
bad at
say
math.
80%.
I'm not the brightest
In
Asian.
Vietnam right now, they don't do
Listen,
that.
you picking a fight. I'm coming right back over to you. This is leftover. Okay, why are you leftover? I gave you time to think about it, but you're too busy defending
Nobody
your
wants
friend.
me.
You have your own battle to be concerned with.
Nobody
You're defending her.
wants me.
Why are you leftover?
Because nobody wants
You're deflecting.
me. Nobody wants me.
There's a line of motherfuckers that
well,
married you right
find me a
now.
man right now that wants me. I'll marry him right now.
Guys, get in the chat right now. Get in the chat right now.
Wait, so are you the same person you were when you were in the UK?
Pretty much.
So you're saying like that you had the option to get people then? Why don't you have them now?
I think I've had more option now. because-
Wait, hold on. Wait, Tom, what's going on here? What is the name of your show?
My show?
What's the name of your show?
I don't have a show.
Exactly. Authentic Alphas. All right, I'm gonna ask goddamn questions here. So, stop trying to save your friend. You two try to save each other. Why?
She's not. She's actually.
Why are you still unmarried? Why? Why? Don't answer anything but that.
I just got out of it.
Nah. What's the real reason?
Right now.
Right now.
I don't go out that much.
Why are you blaming on going out? You trying to tell me that?
mean, I'm in
Hold on.
Miami.
Are you trying to tell me that you invested in meeting your husband at a club?
No, I don't go out. Well, I'm in Miami. There's not many.
Now we're blaming it on Miami.
Yeah. There's not
Okay.
many
Okay.
guys.
So hold on. First,
married
okay,
people.
hold on. First it was that nobody wanted you. Then it was.
Which is
Then it was.
true.
Then it was
And people
UK
say because
feminism.
I'm so old and
Okay,
people
hold
go
on.
out.
Hold on. And now it's Miami.
Yeah, I'm moving to Tampa to get a husband.
And then you're gonna be blaming Tampa.
No.
You're gonna be blaming the Buccaneers.
Well, maybe it's me, guys.
That seems to be the only thing that's consistent in your argument is you.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. Are you ready yet?
Yeah,
You ready?
of course.
Okay, so your answer is that you are dateable because you have a Vietnamese boyfriend. But we've established that neither one of you are actually Vietnamese.
Okay, so I guess we're vanilla.
You're just Americans at this point.
Sure.
All right. I tried, guys. I tried.
On paper, I checked the Asian check mark, but I mean,
Yeah, okay. One more thing, and then we got to get out of here. Now, I'm gonna do the percentage thing again, because when I'm talking to women and you asking questions, I'm all over the place with the answer. So I try to use math. What percentage of guys that are dating Asian women do you think are actually genuinely attracted to that person, or they just have this Asian fetish that I know nothing about?
wait, you're asking me the percentage that you think that men are like that?
Yeah, in your
That-
experience, because I know a lot of Asian girls complain about it.
I wouldn't know the percentage, but probably like, I don't know, 4 out of 10 guys, maybe?
Because you're staying with your kind.
Yeah.
How many non-Asian dudes have you dated?
Damn, ladies don't speak like that. 2.
How many dudes have you dated overall?
4.
Huh?
4?
So 50-50. All right. Can't argue with you on that one. Man, what the fuck? All right, look at you. You don't even want this question. Uh-oh.
So
Let me find out you've been on the carousel in UK. All right. This is feminism from across the pond.
There are other listings that could be.
How many non-Asian guys have you dated?
5.
Okay. And how many guys overall don't lie to me? Got a lie detector built into that mic.
5 and 6.
Huh?
1 Asian guy and 5 non-Asian guy.
Oh shit! So you're 5 to 1. Your father must be so disappointed.
Well,
All right.
actually, my father didn't mind,
You didn't mind? He wanted some little mixed babies running around? Tiger Woods and shit?
He's just he's
He a golf fan?
No, he's actually very mature, macho man.
Was he not very traditional then? Sorry.
Yeah, I thought the argument was that you weren't married off and
I feel like at this point, any man would have been good for him.
It's that bad. It's that bad. Liz, my producer's cracking up, guys. It's that. Just take her, please, take her. You take her, you go. You take her, you go. Oh my God! All right, we're gonna work something out for you. Are you on Tinder or Bumble or Facebook dating? Let me ask you this: What are you doing to no longer be left over? What are you doing to get in the microwave, girl? What's going on?
Well, I was talking to a girl at work today, and she said that she met her boyfriend at Whole Foods. So tomorrow, I'm gonna get my little black dress on, doing my cardio with my trolley, going around Whole Foods.
Okay, you see, I'm glad that she said that and reminded me, guys, something I meant to say earlier, but I didn't want to overtalk the guests, right? When you were talking about, depends on the girl, and I was saying, I think it depends more on the guy actually that's trying to date this foreign girl, because, and this is the part where I try to give some advice to the guys out there. If you're gonna be dating foreign women or any women in general, you have to have the most influence over her than anyone else in her life. If you don't have the most influence over the chick you're dealing with, she's not your girl. I might have to repeat it again, but some of these motherfuckers are so hard-headed and they want to fight and contest everything and go back and forth like they know something. You don't know more than what I'm talking about. In general, if you're dealing with a female and any human being, anybody with a fucking pulse, even her dog, anything with a heartbeat has more influence over her than you, that's not your girl. All right? Digest that, guys. Don't fight it, don't contest it. It's not your chick. You're just like kind of sort of with her. So with that being said, you see how she just said that her co-worker told her, oh, I met a guy like this, and all of a sudden a light bulb went off in her head and she's gonna go monkey see, monkey do?
I was joking about it, but
That's the thing. That's the thing with bringing a chick over here from somewhere else. If she's hanging out with American chicks and they have more influence over her than you do, guess what? Give me half, Eddie. I want half. That's not your chick anymore. You fucked up. You defeated the whole purpose of getting a foreign chick. She's already been corrupted. She's already caught the Americanization flu. She's already caught it. All right, guys? You lost that one. So we're going to go ahead and close up out of here. I hope we learned something a little bit. But pretty much what I'm getting at, guys, is if you're going to date a chick from somewhere else that was raised here or spent a significant amount of time here, you are officially defeating the fucking purpose. All right? If it's just a physical thing, an aesthetic thing, God bless you, you do that all day long. If it's the whole traditional values and she's supposed to be marriage material and whatnot, take your ass over there and you stay the fuck over there. Okay? Assimilate to the culture, learn something about the culture, all right? And enjoy yourself. Work remotely. You're over there now. All right, I'm gonna let you guys say the last few things.
Wait, what are we saying though?
It's up to you.
Good luck, passport bros.
go over there and stay over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's over there. Stay over there.
Peace out.
All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
I got a sack, I got these hoes on my side. I got some drugs, I got a plug, devil, he holding me